Welcome back, everyone. That was fast, huh? Not too bad, not too shabby. How's everybody doing again? It's Joe with the live show here for that we're waiting for Eugenia Kuzmina to come and join us. And that's the first of our daily double that we're going to have today of an incredible two shows here. It is going to be happening. We're really looking forward to it. Good evening to everyone. Again, so sorry for all the time changes, but this week, with all the guests and everything going on, it just could not be helped. So we are going to have the NBA show tomorrow. So one more day without the morning show, and we are going to start the morning show back up on Monday morning. Promise. So much is happening between now and the end of the week. As you know, we have these two shows. We have the great basketball show tomorrow night. We also have Saturday. We're waiting on a time to get a big update from Nitin and Mani Schneider from the Super Bowl. So we're waiting for that. Then on Sunday, the big one, the Super Bowl Sunday, we have the play-by-play with our very own Evan, and that's going to start around 6:25 or so. And right after that, then we'll have a complete weekly update with the craziness of what happened in the trade deadline of the NBA, some hockey big trades, some big names being dealt. So much going on, and it's amazing. And Yankees still picking up all of these guys, stockpiling for spring training. Today they picked up a pitcher that was with the A's. I remember seeing him pitch. Yankees actually clubbed him. I believe that was the game that Jason Dominguez hit 3 home runs in. Mr. Badillo, Oswaldo Badillo, signed with the New York Yankees today. I put out a short, everyone, of the Yankees for non-roster players that have been invited. Now, some of these were just picked up, but a lot of these you may and may not know already in the Yankees chain. It's just they're not on the 40-man roster, and they're not, and that's why they've just been invited. And then if they don't make it, a lot of them, 90% of them, actually 95% of them, they don't make it. They go back to their prospective double A, single A, triple A, wherever, and then continue. Some will be added to the 40-man roster. There might be one or two surprises that somebody will either make the club or at the very end make the club, or if they don't, it will go both ways. So, but yeah, so everybody's starting to pile up here for the show. Let's see. Sean Browning, how you doing? And Nosebleed section, how are you, man? How's it going, everyone? In the email, you have Bob, you have Bob Rizzo, you have Richmond Valley Pharmacy. A big shout out to them. You have let's see, Jeff. Jeff, thank you for that super chat this morning. That was really, really nice of you. Awesome of you to do that. It is a great time for NY Yankee Mania as we breaking news. We're on top of everything. We have the Super Bowl coming up, play-by-play, halftime show, just about everything you can think of. And as we're getting closer to the first Yankees spring training game with the Yankees, The Ugly Truth, and Ken, as we simulcast on February 21st as the Yankees' first spring training game. Can you believe it, folks? Next week, the Yankees report. It went fast, kind of went fast, and we're just waiting, everyone. So much going on, really. And I'll tell you, yesterday's show, we are actually splicing it so that for your enjoyment, you'll be able to see that part of the interview very soon in NY Yankee Mania. So either you subscribe, press the like button, go on our community there, and you will see it and that he actually retired on our show. And the only people, no other outlet had it. Nobody. That's what he said. He felt strong enough to let us know the news. Only the baseball officers knew. He sent in his papers, and it was funny because you know me, when I have a premonition, well, out of nowhere, I just decided to ask him, by the way, when you're all done, another 10 years, 20 years, what do you want? What do you want them to? How do you want people to remember you? And he paused, and he says, "Wow, it's like you knew." Because I am actually going to tell everyone right now that I am retiring. I will not be on the on the diamond this year. And I was like, oh my God, I never ask a question like that, people. Out of nowhere, it came over me, and I said it innocently. So as Ken from The Ugly Truth says, I may have a little witchcraft inside of me, so don't tempt me. No, just kidding. But thank you guys. It was great. We had a lot of views. We still have views. People watching the show. People are still watching the Bernie Kosar show. So there's so much going on, guys, and really. And of course, as Sean Browning says, baseball fever. Do you have it? And I got to tell you, it's really exciting. I'm getting really, really, really pumped up. While we wait, how about getting a little entertained with some of the people that have been on NY Mania?
Hey, everybody, it's Ian Eagle. You are watching NY Yankee Mania, the best.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Asad. I'm from New York Yankee Mania. This is the home base of New York Yankees baseball, basketball, and such. We cover everything from baseball to basketball to football to wrestling to everyday situations. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you want the latest news, you know where to check out. Come check out New York Yankee Media, and let's go Yankees, let's go Nets, let's go Brooklyn, let's go to the local teams. And once again, please like and subscribe. Welcome to New York Yankee Mania. My name is Asad, and let's have a great time, guys. Thank you.
This is Nitya Ramachandra from the NR Media. You're listening to NY Yankee Mania. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more.
Hi, this is Ken from Yankees The Ugly Truth. You're on live with Joe at NY Yankee Mania. Enjoy the adventure.
This is Johnny Salami from NY Yankee Mania. Like and subscribe.
Hey, everybody, this is Noah Eagle from NBC Sports, and you're all smart. You're top-tier sports fans because you're watching NY Yankee Media, the best to get the rest.
Hi, my name is Maria Venuto, and you are watching New York Yankee Mania.
I'm Kayla Walsh, and you're watching NY Yankee Mania.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself or reintroduce myself. My name is Chef Nick. I am here for you. This is NY Yankee Mania, NY Mania for the entertainment purposes. Please smash, like, punch, stomp, jump on the like button, subscribe, share. Please do any domestic violence as you can in a polite way. You guys are the savages in the NY Yankee Mania. I am your chef to your savage to your cabbage. I will shred you like coleslaw. Let's do this. You guys are my rock stars. You guys are my chefs. I love you all. Let's rock on. We got this, baby. Chef's kiss, baby. Let's do this.
Hi, this is Bernie Kosar, NFL legend, national championship, University of Miami quarterback, Cleveland Browns quarterback, Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, and finished up with the Miami Dolphins. I'm loving it, and you're watching New York Mania. You matter.
I'm Marnie Schneider. I'm the author of Football Freddy and Fumble the Dog, Game Day in the USA, and also the author of Baseball Billy and Bunt the Dog, Game Day with the New York Yankees. And I am so excited to be part of the New York Yankee Mania show. Thanks, everyone.
Hello, everybody. This is Bip Roberts, former Major League ball player, and you're watching New York Yankee Mania. Enjoy. What a great show.
Hey everybody, it's Jason from NY Yankee Mania. Please like, share, subscribe. Only great things to come, and everybody please join the fun because you're not going to want to miss out on this ride. What is up, everybody? It is Evan from NY Yankee Mania. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the show. We have Yankees news, overall baseball news, basketball, entertainment, and everything else. Come along for the ride. It's music to your ears.
Hey, y'all. You're watching NY Yankee Mania, where we get motivated about the sports we talk about. We're passionate sports and real life talk. You're watching NY Yankee Mania. Hit the like and subscribe.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you, each and every one of you. As we just keep going on, it just keeps getting better and better and better here on NY Yankee Mania. So again, two very exciting shows tonight, people. We will be on here till about like 10 to 8 around there. You can go get a little cup of coffee or something, and then get ready for Chef Nick and Katerina Amicio, co-host, as they will talk about all kinds of recipes for the Super Bowl, for something different, healthy, what you can and cannot have. So there's a lot going on, folks. A lot of things going on. So we really appreciate your patience and everything that's been going on here on the channel. Let's see, Jay. Let's get a couple people. Watch the Phil Cuzzy interview. Excellent, Joe. I like the Yankee lamp behind you. Nice. Thank you. Thanks so much, man. Let's see. Jacob, Nick has a script, doesn't he? All right. Yes, he does. Let's see. Sean, thanks, Jaden. Share the video with friends, please. Yes. I wanted to let everybody know. So Sean Browning has a beautiful short out history about history, and I sent it out through NY Yankee Mania. Also, he definitely deserves a kudos for everything, because he does a great job here on Mania. And please go and like his video. He does a really good job, people. So we love that, and check it out. Go press the like button. Talk about it. We really appreciate it. So with that in mind, I really appreciate everybody being here. Remember, have your questions ready, everyone. Let's be mindful, and let's have a good time. So I think I see the star of the show here, and if she gives me a thumbs up, we're going to bring her up. All right, the thumb is up. All right, everyone, let's get it going. So excited to bring up Eugenia Kuzmina as an actor, a comedian, and we are so proud and so happy to have her come on NY Mania. So let's bring her up. How you doing?
Hi, I'm so grateful, to connect and to be here with you.
Well, we're very happy. We're really looking forward to this interview. And Eugenia, it's an honor to talk to you. And we are very excited, and so are the chat. When we get a chance, if it's okay, the chat has a few questions for you. If you don't mind answering a few, we really would appreciate that.
Of course, absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to start with, first of all, I know we're in the second month of the year, but how's your new year going? First of all, Happy New Year to you, your family, your friends, everyone. Number one, did you have a nice holiday season?
Thank you so much. For me, every day is a holiday season. Once you get out of Siberia, you can never complain, not about the weather or any kind of situations. I grew up on food lines, so I'm just glad every day I wake up. I'm so grateful to do what I love and to be with artists and create, amazing things. But I think it's been good. There's a lot of things that are happening in the world. Obviously, I'm aware of that. Like, I don't live in a bubble, even though, I'm in LA. And I try to do a lot of humanitarian projects, but, I also try to stay really grounded, because you can get so, caught up in the news and the negativity of the world, but I try as much as I can to come from like a positive place. So it's been good so far, working on films and doing other projects.
Well, that was my next question. First of all, congratulations on everything that's going on with you, and we'll get to that. But I want to start off with, how did this all get started for you, Eugenia? How did you wake up one day and said, I'm going to be a beautiful actress, I'm just going to do this? How did it all happen?
My dream was actually to become an astronaut and go to space. So it's very far removed from the modeling industry.
Yeah, that's a little different. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. My dad was a nuclear scientist in Russia. He was responded to Chernobyl disaster. And, I grew up just fascinated about science and human nature. And he just instilled such a curiosity into me. There was no entertainment business in post-Soviet Russia. We literally had mostly propaganda channels, and people who were in the films were usually, connected to the propaganda machine. So there was absolutely no hint that, I would end up, and there was no modeling industry. There were pageants and contests, things like that. But then in the end of the 90s, I remember Giselle Bundchen, she's one of the top models. She came to our school and she was shooting a Vogue editorial. So a little by little, all the Western culture started coming to Russia, and they scouted me on the streets and said, do you want to go to Paris? And of course I thought that I'm going to be sold dancing on the tables. And there were so many horror stories. So I had no idea how lucky, I was to actually sign with an amazing agency and start working with like Yves Saint Laurent. I was really lucky to work with incredible artists, and then kind of transition into film.
Wow. Yeah. Well, now, okay. So you start, what age more or less did you make your first appearance? Did you do it maybe in a TV commercial? Did you do it in front of your family, your friends? How did you do it?
Well, I was always a creative child, I have to say. So I would always organize like shows for the family. We would do like singing and all this kind of things, but I never thought about doing it obviously professionally. And in school, when I think I was 9, I wouldn't remember exactly, but they were casting kids for the show called Yerlash, which is like SNL, and it involves kids, which is a really strange concept, but it was pretty big in Russia. So they just came to our school, and basically everybody stood up and they're like, you, and you. And we were part of the mass scene, but it was one and off type of situation. And then when I was like 13, I was scouted by Slava Zaitsev, who was one of the very few designers in Russia. And even though I wasn't tall enough, he shot me for the covers, and I started doing all the huge campaigns for like L'Oreal and, M&M's, all kind of commercials for RC Cola. Basically, I think I had a strange face, which is like European, but also Russian. So they were looking to market their products to our population, but also wanted kind of a European face. So it has nothing to do with my skills, so to say, but, I was always rebellious in school, and I preferred to hang out with creative people. And I was making more than my dad at that point, who was a nuclear scientist. So obviously that's why I think my parents never kind of stopped me from doing that.
Well, now let me ask you, what was more exciting growing up? Is it modeling? Is it being in the movies? Is it comedy? Because I understand, I mean, from what I understand, you're very, very good at comedy. So we want to hear we want to hear a joke, whatever you have, we'd love to hear it.
A joke. My set always starts, I'm so hungry. And this is not a joke, because I'm always hungry.
But what is more exciting to you?
I think I just had a mind that always was looking, like I'm such an overthinker, and I always need to have something because of my dad. I was always curious about lots of subjects. And since they told me as a woman, I can go and become an astronaut for some reason in Russia, even though there were a lot of astronauts, but I don't know, I was kind of pushed down in that sense. And I was told, oh, you should be a stewardess. And, I came up with other creative pursuits. I think I was always a prankster looking back. I would create really bad pranks, and I don't wish it on any teachers now because I came up with really bad things to do in the classroom.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, because I was a little bit bored. I understood that our history books were, it was end of communism. So whatever we had to memorize in history class, I knew that it wasn't completely true. It was really like a propaganda from like 70 years, so I was always looking for creative pursuits, so to say. So comedy is definitely very exciting. People don't really understand that to be a comedian, it's not about like doing jokes per se. It's actually about really coming up with like some concepts and having a voice and an opinion, so it takes a lot. I think some comedians are always funny and always on, and some comedians like me are always crazy and not always on, but always curious about writing jokes. Like it definitely gives my brain somewhere, where I can exercise my creativity. And yeah, I love movies. I'm shooting a movie tomorrow. Really excited. It's underwater, so definitely will be challenging.
Is there a big difference from being in Russia and where you were as opposed to California? And have you ever visited New York?
Yeah, I lived in New York. Well, I can share. I'm so lucky. I can.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? I have like all kind of views, except for when it was fires. That was a little bit scary. But I love California. I used to live in, gosh, sorry, I'm sitting at the piano. I used to live in New York. Yeah, that's where I came. That's where every model comes because it's the center of modeling industry, so to say. Like if you want to be successful in the modeling business, you have to be in New York. And after I had my kids, I moved to LA, but I do come to New York. I love the city. I love the diversity, the dynamics of it. The people, it just, an incredibly diverse city. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you just gave away something now, Eugenia. I'm sorry, but now that you said about the piano, do you play the piano? Now you got to give us a little tune here. Come on now.
No, okay. My daughter, she is actually an amazing.
Always blame the daughter. Okay.
Yes. I finished 7 years of music school in Russia. And in Russia, if you want to go to music school at that time, because our education was free, you have to audition for everything. So, I auditioned 7 times. They told me I have absolutely zero hearing, but I taught myself how to hear notes actually. So I was kind of, a dichotomy, so to say. And I finished 7 years, but because it was so hard and they taught us like you have to be the most professional person ever, I stopped playing. I love singing, but piano, I definitely need to learn a little bit. But my daughter, actually, she is so good. She is incredibly, she actually composed music for a couple of films that I did. And also, if she wins some contest next year, she might play at Carnegie Hall. So I'm really excited.
Oh, boy. We want first, and then I want the first interview. I get the first dibs here. Right here on Mania. That's great. We wish her all the luck in the world, of course. But you don't look old enough to have a. How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 14 and my son is 17. I had them pretty young, Actually, a lot of models. My doctor said I can't have kids, so I had to. As a comedian, I had to do that. Awesome. So, yeah, but I had them really young, And a lot of my model friends would go and party at the time, and I had to take care of toddlers and kind of fly because my husband lives in LA, so I had to fly back and forth on like overnight, for my jobs because I had a lot of contracts with like L'Oreal, and I had to stay on top because being a model is almost like being a professional athlete. You have to always be ready, always in physical shape, and show up healthy and on time, so to say. So I can compare it to sports. Speaking of.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Now, what about now here in the States? Have you been on any of the tell everybody like any of the late night shows or or anything that you'd love to talk about or say? What have you done here in the States that you're very proud of?
Well, I love working with different directors. I was very lucky that I got my break in the industry. I did a film with Elle Fanning that was in Tribeca, and then I did a film with Sam Raimi called Fanboy that went to Cannes at some point.
Oh,
I
wow.
worked with incredible people like Bill Murray and Bruce Willis. We shot with him 2 films. One, Rock the Casbah, we shot in Morocco with like incredible cast, Kate Hudson, Bruce Willis, Zoe Deschanel, with whom I also work for the New Girl TV series. But it didn't come easy to me, the transition between modeling and acting, because it's a very completely different job. And, even though my husband is a producer, like it never helped me, it's so to say. I had to audition for like everything, and it's literally what you bring to the set. And it's a very different skill, so I had to go to Royal Academy to study actually really profoundly, to have all my skills to bring something to the set. And I studied all the Krav Magas and motorcycle things for action films, because they do started casting me as a Russian spy, obviously, because
Oh, geez.
yes.
I could see you playing with Sylvester Stallone in one of the Rocky movies.
Yeah, I'm open to that. We met a couple times. Actually, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a dear friend. I love him. It's so interesting because he made it on his own, right? And with his accent, and he's just such an incredibly kind person. Went to a couple of his events, and I met Stallone and everybody else there, but didn't have a chance yet to work with him. But I work with Jason Statham a lot on, Operation Fortune, The Gentleman, with Guy Ritchie. So we did a couple of films in that sense. And then I, did Spy City TV show, which was also really great. And this genre is pretty familiar to me. And I work with Taryn Tactical, who works with Keanu on, everything, like from The Matrix to John Wick. And I kind of made sure that I can study and, know what I'm doing, so to say.
That is awesome. Well, what would you see now in the pipeline for Eugenia? What would you like to do or accomplish at this point? I have an idea. I would love to see you in a Hallmark movie.
Oh my God. Well, I'm just talking to somebody about that.
See, I know it. They call me a witch because yesterday, and I'll tell you about it, but go ahead. I just had a feeling. Go ahead.
No, tell me. I'm curious. I have goosebumps. It's so true. Like I did one Hallmark movie, but I literally was talking to the director who, is producing a couple of Hallmark movies, and he's like, "Would you be open to do that?" I'm like, "Of course."
Well, I get first dibs again. That's for sure. No. So when I say that, yesterday we had a MLB, a Major League Baseball umpire who's been with baseball for 30 years, 30 years. And so he was nice. So he came on the show. We were talking about it. Now, Eugenia, I never asked this question ever. It just came over me. What do you want the fans to remember you by when you finally, maybe 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, ready to say goodbye? And he just stayed there and he said, it's like, how did you know? I don't know. What are you talking about? And he said, well, nobody knows yet, but I put in my papers to retire.
Oh, wow.
And he said, I was keeping it quiet, but, I feel comfortable here. So you know what? I'm going to tell you, I'm retired as of right now. And I was like, I was surprised, but I wasn't, because I'm telling you, I have these premonitions that are just incredible. And
wow.
I know I just see you in a Hallmark Christmas movie because you have that look. You're absolutely stunning. And you belong in one of those. So,
oh my God, I think they're really interesting. I've done one film. It's called My 12 Pup Christmas. It's on Hallmark. It's really fun. We worked with dogs, and I was playing a crazy lady who's like obsessed about her dog. It's really, really funny movie. I enjoyed working on that. But yeah, it's funny. I think you should start a psychic show because.
Will you help me?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's good. I really could see that. Now let me ask you: you being a celebrity comedian and all of that, how does that take a toll on the family? Does it? I mean, I know they're happy for you and they're very proud of you, as we all are. But how does that affect your daily routine with your family?
Well,
That's a big question from Teresa here on the chat.
They do need a lot of therapy for sure because it's not easy, so to say. I'm not a normal mom, and sometimes I can't do 9 to 5, and we do have help at times, and at times I mess up and do a lot of mistakes. And also, my kids are not impressed by Hollywood or modeling or anything else. They did model as kids, but now it's like we have to go to therapy for that because you're like enslaved us. And coming from Russia, I was so happy. I thought, well, go play basketball. You get photographed for 10 minutes, and you get paid $1,000. Like, what an opportunity. But they're so lucky. They're into education. They're great kids. My son is a professional tennis player, yeah, like really, really good. And my daughter is literally like into music and plays so many instruments and wants to go to Harvard. I was like, that's my joke. Maybe there's a method to my madness, like because the mom already, rebelled in all kind of senses. Like they can't be, do rock and roll and other things because I'm into that. So
now when you start a film or anything that you're doing, just for, let's say, a movie, or let's make it just easy, like just a half-hour sitcom or something, how long does that take you or take the production? I have an idea, but I would like for you to tell, that's another question we have here from Bob. How long does it take to do like either whatever it is? What goes into it?
It's a career that's not for everybody because you literally don't know what happens tomorrow. And even if you finish the most amazing film and like went to the Oscars, tomorrow you start from ground zero. And, I do audition. I still, not like I do have offers, but I still do audition every day almost. And what it takes is, just putting your heart into the storytelling and kind of taking your ego out of it and knowing what you want to do, which projects you want to connect. I love collaborating. I love telling stories. I love being creative, not only playing Russian spies or like women of all this profession who are Russian too. Like that's very typecasting. I like different things. Sometimes you get an audition and you have to film it at like 3 a.m. I was doing a theater play in Paris and I got an audition that I had to submit right away. So I was typing with my coach, recording it. It is really, behind the scenes, there's so much work that goes that people don't know. And then you don't even know if you get it. And if you get it, you might have to fly the next day to the set. It's really fast pacing industry. And if, you're easily replaced because there's so many people, and obviously the industry doesn't wait, so to say, for you specifically. But yeah, once you're cast, then, you have to memorize. Like now I have a play that's 90 pages and I'm really struggling to memorize it, but I'm really impressed by the writer. So you have to work on that. And that takes a lot of like brain skills to do that. And then you have to connect to the character and then you're on set. Probably, it depends. I shot a vampire film for a year. That's not really normal, but we had to do a lot of reshoots. A lot of times it's about, months, I would say, or maybe 3 months that it takes to shoot a film. And then probably around a year to, people to edit it, if they sell it, and then it comes out, and then you're off to the next project, unless you're on TV series, which is like on and off going process.
We had a couple of movies in my old neighborhood in Brooklyn. And for us, just the scene sitting down in a cafe for 1 minute, it was Out for Justice with Steven Seagal. Mm-hmm. And for a minute, it took 1 week, 10 hours a day. And yeah. I could not believe the production for everything, for them just to sit down and say, well, how are we going to do this? Like what the plot was. Yeah. And it's just amazing. And Steven Seagal happened to come in. My dad had an Italian bakery for many years on that block.
Oh, wow.
He came in And they said, okay, you can't have any people coming in and out, so we're going to buy everything here. So like this, you won't miss out. And we said, no, you don't. Oh yeah. So Stevens, they be taking. We're making them sandwiches, everything. And it was a great moment. But I asked him too. He says, I'm telling you, I think we're going to be here for about a week for literally a 30-second spot. And I just found that amazing. I was just getting into doing what I'm doing now, actually on radio and stuff like that. Seriously. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's such a commitment, like for us, all the independent artists, right? Sometimes we work for 12 hours, sometimes 24 hours.
Yes.
People don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wheels are turning all the time. I could be sleeping and then I got an idea for a show and I wake up 3:00 in the morning and that's it. I'm starting to write and it doesn't stop because we have great fans here, Eugenia. I love our chat. I love this show. And we do segments of a lot of different things.
That's so great.
It's just amazing. Then I met up with Nitin and his sport and his team, and he told me that you were coming on. So I quickly, I was amazed and I was actually nervous to speak to you because when it never goes, it never gets old to be jumping, with people like yourself, and we're very, very proud, very proud to have you here on Mania. And I do want to ask you, well, I want to go in, if you don't mind, a couple of the people in the chat. Sean Browning asks, who was some of your mentors or people that you looked up to in the industry?
Yeah, mentors is so important. I think it's one thing that people underestimate. And because I was coming from a different country, actually not speaking the language, first to Paris and then to America, I didn't know that such thing even existed. I think for anybody who is listening, who wants to get into something, it is so crucial to get to know a person who succeeded before you. And I do try to mentor girls now myself. I think my agent really helped a lot. She created the supermodel concept, actually. She, Natalie Cross-Cotton, she runs Women Model Agency. And she was like a mother to me because as a model, you have to fit into all the dresses, and it was really unhealthy for me. I definitely started having anorexia and being really, really unhealthy because I had to make money and I had to, I lost my dad and I had to support my family at that point when I was 15.
Oh, wow.
So, she pulled me aside and she told me, if you're not healthy mentally and you're not grounded, you can't be in this industry because it will just kill you. You can't just try to do what people, want you to do all the time. You're going to be said no. So she educated me a lot about just being grounded and having friends outside of the industry and not to attach to success or failure, so to say, because it's so glamorous, right? We work with Yves Saint Laurent, Dior, all, we wear all this $1 million dresses.
There we go. And 2 times. The third time you got to play. The third time I don't want to hear it.
I'm such a nerd. But I think staying grounded is the first lesson that I learned. And no matter who you are, where you are now, even, I am in the industry in Hollywood, but I think the most important thing when I meet anybody is who you are as a person. I don't care how many Oscars you won or what is your success as a personality, who you are as a person is the most important thing. And then I had a couple mentors, my agent here who runs IMG Models as well, was really educational because he taught me about business and, how to start LLC and how to be independent and all those type of things. That was really American, and I understood how you have to be on time and be respectful of others' time. And it's a real business, not like in Paris where you can sit for 10 hours just trying to create something. So I learned about that. I think my husband helped me a lot. I learned a lot from watching him because, he ran a studio and I learned a lot about production, and I do produce and create my own things. He ran Miramax after Harvey. So, it was very challenging time also. So I learned a lot about the business side of, of entertainment in that sense. And every director is sort of my mentor. I love listening to people who done a lot of successful things. Barry Katz, who actually is an amazing manager, who manages Chappelle and a lot of comedians. He helped me tremendously. Somebody I can call at 2 a.m. and cry about comedy, and he'll be like, okay, this is this and this is that. Just tremendous person who is very talented and has a program for mentorship for comedians, like Blueprint. You know, he created that, and I love working with him on comedy because it is also a skill. So yeah, mentors are everything.
Mentors are everything. You're right. And thank you for explaining that. Victor has a question for you. With all the legends in the past that paved the way for women of today, who would you, out of some of this group, I know my pick, Lucille Ball, Radner, Madeline Kahn. What do you think, from what you've heard about them or follow them, who is your biggest, like, wow, I would love to be like that?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's interesting because I didn't grow up with the cultural references. In Russia, we obviously didn't have a lot of TV, so I'm still catching up on the, you know, legacy of cinema around the world. And yeah, absolutely, Lucille Ball. I like Joan Rivers. You know, I think she was hilarious and just like such a, you know, she was such a rebel. And there's so many women now. Like I'm really impressed what Nikki Glaser is doing. You know, she kind of paved the way, and I've seen her doing shows in clubs all over before kind of, you know, going so big with the Golden Globes. And I think she's just so funny, like roasting people. Yeah, there's so many travelizers every day. And, you know, but I'm really inspired by people who are not in the business, you know, who are not in front of the cameras and do things behind our back, you know, and do a lot of work with like anti-human trafficking and things like that. So, you know, there's a lot of incredible people who are not specifically are in the glamorous and in front of the camera.
I have a question again in our email, and it's from John. And John asks, thank you for being on the show. You're a big inspiration. But what I want to know is, I'm always hearing in the past, my idol, according to John, was Jerry Lewis. And he says that why is it they get the bad rap, do you think, that all the comedians are always a bad structure, a bad influence on kids and whoever? Is that it? Have you seen that in your travels?
You know, now it's really hard to do comedy, to be honest with you, just because we're all so divided and people are very sensitive. And, you know, there's a lot of cancel culture, which I don't agree with at all, because I think everybody are supposed to have their mistakes, you know, but now we're recorded all the time. So people just like to cancel people. I'm fascinated by this phenomena. I mean, Carlin was amazing, but could anybody do what he did at that time now? No, I don't think so. You know, so I think a lot of comedians struggling with that notion of like freedom of speech and really just talking about different subjects. And I mean, I understand more than anybody because I'm Russian. I was canceled before I even opened my mouth, you know, and then my agents didn't hear me talking. So they were surprised I wanted to do comedy. The modeling agents. So I think it's really, everybody is allowed to have an opinion. You know, right. I think everybody is allowed to have mistakes. And it's really hard to know, like, you know, it's really hard to have black and white opinion about somebody. Like everybody is a person and we have to give second chances and, you know, understand the consequences where they come from.
Well, he says, thank you for answering as honest as you can. And he really appreciates it, and thank you for being on the show. Thank you, John, for that. We have another one for you. Have you ever, or would you ever want to do voice animation movies?
Yes. Oh my God, are you guys psychics? I would love to do that. Yeah, my agent is sending me to do all this animation, and it's actually fascinating. You know, for a long time, they told me to get rid of my accent. And I got rid of it. And now that I get cast, they're like, oh, can you put more Russian accent? I'm like, how much more authentic can it be? I'm Russian, you know, and I try to get rid of it. That's why voiceovers and animation, I always kind of didn't deep into that because I thought, well, I have such a specific accent that it would really limit me. But now I feel people are more open to different, you know, interpretations and accents, which is, it's interesting. You know, I think we're just so lazy not hearing different, unique perspectives. And I think it's so fascinating to have different actors from all over the world on camera and kind of have their unique experience. So yeah, absolutely. I go out for voiceovers and cartoons, and it's so fun because, you know, you're not on camera. So you kind of, it's much more, it's even more acting, you know, so you have to be more authentic even with that. And it's really fun. It's really fun.
Well, you have another question going towards that. So if you like the animation, have you ever visited Disney World, and any possibility you might do a comedy or something there?
Of course, I visited Disney World. I mean, I have kids, you know, and which kid doesn't like to go to Disney World, or an adult as well?
Of
Kind
course.
So yeah, I've been many times there. I mean, doing comedy in Disney World, I don't know, that's a good idea. You know, I never thought of it. So thank you for, I'll take
Can I be
it.
can I be like a backside agent for you? I mean, I have a lot of ideas here.
Okay, definitely 10% your way, you know.
Oh, I don't want listen, just the smile on your face means everything to me.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. You guys gave me a lot of ideas. I created a show, Models of Comedy, with Barry Katz, and we hired a lot of models doing comedy. So currently editing like a little special, Christmas in July, about it with amazing artists. And it was interesting to cast it because, you know, we came up with the idea, great, like there's not a lot of models who do comedy. And then we're like, where are we going to cast the models who do comedy? So we found a lot of fascinating people who do comedy and just kind of talk about the, you know, the fashion world and things like that. And it's doing really well. But yeah, Disneyland, it might be interesting too, as a concept to do it there.
Well, I have one other one for you, but we'll save that for another minute or so. Victor has another question for you, and I'm not going to kill the name. So can you see that on the screen?
Let me see. Is it in private chat or?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Smirnov, the most famous Russian comedian.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted you to say the name the right way.
Yakov Smirnov. Yeah, he's amazing. You know, I haven't seen him in a while, but I think he has a residence in some club and he makes a lot, you know, a living out of it. But I met him when I was just starting out and he was doing the Comedy Store and all the routines. And I think he's brilliant. I mean, there's not a lot of Russian comedians, which, you know, I always say we don't have sense of humor. Usually they say that you have a mental illness if you're laughing, which is like part-time truth. You know, when I came back from Paris first time to Russia, I was very happy and people are like, what's wrong with you? You're laughing. Like you should be not laughing. So our culture is very, very serious and everybody takes it literally. But he kind of was the first one, you know, who became such a big international star. And I think he's doing really well. And I went back to Russia to promote Guy Ritchie's film, The Gentleman. And I heard that they have a show called KVN, which is a comedy show, which is pretty big. And I'm curious to see, you know, more communities, of course, who are, you know, doing comedy there. We need to laugh.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Awesome. And thank you guys. Great questions. I do want to touch on one thing with you that I'm sure you're very proud of. So last year you received the Best Actress Award. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think awards are a funny thing because you can really fast attach your ego to that. You know, it's the outcome. I'm not really like interested in awards as much. I love the process and then you move to the next thing. But I was happy for my filmmakers, you know, my co-stars, because it was during Cannes. It's a short film festival that is part of it. It's called French Riviera Film. And I was very surprised, you know, to receive an award because it was a film that we did when I was in Paris doing another play. And I really wanted to work more in Paris because I speak French. So I just called the director and said, can we shoot a really short film where I can speak French? And he came up with a really cool idea about like a killer and like white people. I don't know. It's very complicated. It's very French, very psychological, black and white. We shot it in one day with my co-star, Thomas Hardy, who works a lot in France. And we just submitted it and I was very surprised, but it gave me a lot of opportunities. First of all, I love Cannes, just love going there because of the culture and celebrating, you know, other filmmakers and connecting to other filmmakers. But also it gave me an opportunity to direct a couple of plays in Paris, which I'm going to direct a play this March on the 18th. I'm really proud and excited about it. And I'm bringing—
Wow, that's awesome. What's the name of the play?
It's called Fundamental Rights to Choose, and we won Broadway awards last year. I can send it to you, or like
Oh,
whatever you
yes,
guys do
please
research.
do that, and we'll put it on our community. Of course, I'll send it out.
Yeah,
Listen, you've been so nice to come on our show. The least I can do is promote anything that you would like us to promote, without a doubt.
yeah, it was really great. I participated as an actor in it in Los Angeles. We had a run, and then I had an opportunity to do a play in Paris at Apollo Theater, which is like one of the best theaters. And I really wanted to bring, this play. It's pretty dramatic and very controversial, but I love push boundaries. So yeah, Fundamental Rights to Choose is with like actors from New York, from London, from Amsterdam, from Portugal. So we have a really talented cast coming together.
So the list just keeps growing for Eugenia. It just keeps getting better and better and better. And we're very happy that you could share it with us, and we really definitely wish you the utmost best of luck with that. And as you get closer, and we would love to have you back on, tell us everything that's going on and anything that you like to send. I would love it, because half of our shows now are also entertainment. So as a matter of fact, if everything goes good, right after the baseball season, which we all hope the Yankees win, right after that, I'm going to go on actually my first cruise, and it's the Hallmark cruise.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I am so excited because I know a lot, like Jill Wagner's going to be on there. Chaubert's going to be on there. A lot of the favorites, and just knowing to do something like that, I mean, I'm counting the hours. I just can't wait. So, that's why get to Hallmark so that we can have you on that trip.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. I love it. Yeah, I think I have a couple of comedians who like go on that as well,
It's something. When I saw that, and we actually, my nieces and my sister-in-law went to a big get-together in Atlantic City in New Jersey here, and you had to wait hours, but you take the pictures with them and you talk to them, you have fun. And it just once I saw the fun they have on that cruise, Eugenia, is amazing. And I said, I got it. That's it. My first cruise is definitely Hallmark.
There's nothing like the first one. There's nothing like the first one. So I'm excited for you,
Thank you. I'm really happy and excited for that. And we do have a little surprise for you too. And it's coming straight from the Super Bowl. If he's ready, if he gives me a thumbs up here, he's looking straight at the camera. Can you give me, there we go. Now you gave me one finger, he gave me the thumb. So I guess that's okay. Oh no, I'm not saying that. Here we go. Nathan.
Hello. Hi, Eugenia. How you doing?
I'm great.
Hey, I was with Rachel Hale this morning, but I forgot to mention you. Sorry, we were at the Osprey event this morning with Rachel and the rest of the people. But yeah, she's amazing. Rachel's amazing.
Yeah, I love her so much. We met at Nashville. She's an incredible singer.
Yeah.
And we were doing both this event for like Alzheimer's, treatment hospital, and she was singing there, was doing comedy, and she just came to LA, and we really bonded. I showed her around, and we played tennis, and she's just such a lovely person who's very talented and very down to earth, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, I want to say thank you for joining Joe today on the show. My team and I have been helping out this show, and all the guests that's been on here has been through us. So thank you, Eugenia, for joining Joe. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm happy to recommend more talent. I'm like surrounded by so many talented people. So yeah, always.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We would love it. And also, while you're here, and we could do this live, if you don't mind, if you do a favor for us, because would love to always hear you on here. Would you because I would drop down, would you just say who you are and just turn around and just say you're watching NY Mania? and so and so. And if you would do that like this, because it's an honor, I have a lot of different people doing that, and we would love it if you would do that little thing for us.
Okay, and how do I pronounce your last name? Sorry, so I make sure.
You don't have to just say Joe, but my last name is Mingoya, straight from Sicily.
Mingoya.
Mingoya.
Mingoya. Okay, let me do it.
When you're ready, we're going to give you the whole stream, and it's going to be you alone. Just count down 3, 2, 1. You know the score. I don't have to tell you. You're a pro.
Tell me first how you want to say it, and then I'll repeat it quickly.
Oh, just say who you are, what you what you do, so whatever you want to say, movie, whatever you want to say, and then just say you're listening to, you're watching NY Yankee Mania or NY Mania. You could say
NY Mania, yeah.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go down. We're gonna bring down, and you're gonna have the whole stream, and then as soon as you're done, we'll come right back up.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Eugenia Kuzmina. I am an actor, comedian, fashion model, and a writer. And I'm really excited to be here today on NY Yankee Mania with Joel. And I can't pronounce your last name, but you have to learn me. And I know it's from Sicilian Mafia. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Was that okay? I can do it again.
You want to do it again?
Well, if you want me to, I'm open to. I just want you to be happy, like with. Whatever.
No, I am happy, but I like the mistake. It's not that big, actually.
What did I do?
No, you didn't do anything. That was fine. Nathan, you liked it?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it. Who cares?
Yeah, I liked it.
So what? I mean, listen, this is live TV.
Yeah.
But
okay, cool.
We really, really appreciate it. We wish you all the luck in the world. And like I said, send anything either to our address or send it to Nitin. He'll send it to us. And we really, before your big event, if you would be kind to come back to us again, we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me know, guys. I'll promote you also on all my social media and things like that. So if there's a link, I don't know where this goes exactly, like YouTube or where do you?
YouTube. They'll go on YouTube. I'll send you the YouTube. I'll send you the YouTube.
All the links where I can follow you and promote you guys. So, also as well.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. And remember Hallmark. Nitin, I already told her what my premonition is for her.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call you right away from the set, okay?
What?
I'll call you from the set.
Yeah, and invite me because I'd love that would be the ultimate for me.
Absolutely, I would. I promise.
That is great. Thank you, Gina, for spending a little time with us. Thank you for the promo. And again, anything we can do, we're all here for you. We're very proud of you, and keep going forward.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Keep that beautiful smile.
Thank you.
Have a good one. And God bless you and your family.
Thank you. Back to you guys. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Hey, Nitin.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you. Yo, you look like what do you look like? Okay, that's a little bad. No, I'm just kidding. So tell us what's going on over there, my friend.
Radio Rosso.
What?
Yeah, Radio Rosso.
Oh, okay. And how's our
This is Mike Dempsey. How you doing, guys?
Hi, Mike. How are you? Welcome.
Doing well, man. Long day here, but it's all good. Having fun.
Well, I definitely keep it up. Have a great time. And you got a great guy there in front of you, and I'm sure
he's been my babysitter. I got to pay him $10 an hour. Babysit me.
Oh man, I thought it was 9. You went up
9,
to 10?
yeah. He wanted a raise. He wanted a raise already. That's so good.
I know. I really appreciate you taking a couple of seconds for us. Thank you so much.
You guys had a great time with Bernie Kosar. Great interview. Bernie's doing well. We wish he was out here with us, but he's resting, doing his thing, and appreciate it. I caught the podcast, so I thought it was a great job, great questions, and but hopefully I get on there again soon. So
Yeah, we love it, and you're welcome anytime you want. Also, all the time, no problem at all. Thank you.
If you're about Yankee Nation, I got a lot of stories on Yankees. I worked with Ray Negron for many years, and I got more Yankee stories to share.
Well, let's
some
do
of them
it.
Some may be unfiltered, but I got to see what I can get away with legally. I'm kidding.
Well, let's do it.
Statute of limitations. Statute of limitations means that if it's over 20 years old, I can get away with it. So let's see.
Well, I had mentioned about funny you should mention that name because we all know how he got started with George Steinbrenner and everything.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that was an amazing story, and that's just half of the things that I've been around. When I was around George Steinbrenner, so may he rest in peace. But really, that would be great if you would join us. Oh my God, I would love it.
Got some great stories. Anytime you want me on, glad to do it.
Yeah, Mike is, and also Mike is an NFL alumni, so he'll talk about your NFL.
I did football, baseball, and boxing. So whatever topic you want to cover, I got. You could be a 4-hour podcast with me. I got you.
Oh, good. Then you can come on trade deadline day. We're on for 10 hours.
That's it, man. I got you, man.
And what about wrestling?
Oh, professional. Well, my wrestling career lasted for a week in the power plant in early 1997. So I was trained. The head trainer was a guy named Sarge Dwayne Bruce, and let's just say he bullied this big football player who was just cut from the Buccaneers a few months earlier. And I was just telling Seth Rollins earlier, I said, my career lasted a week, but I'll tell you what, I always tell people wrestling is not fake because I got the back bumps and all the other stuff to prove it. So.
Yeah, and if you take it back years, I was very, very friendly and did a show with Bruno Sammartino. So, and I saw everything with Bruno, everything. And he wouldn't change his face or anything because he said, listen, this is what I broke my back for. I am not changing the cauliflower ears. My nose was broken so many times. And, the rings were very, very, very hard then. They would fall to the floor. There was no mats, not like it is now. And I'm not saying they don't get hurt now. Of course they do. But it's just crazy. And the superstars of the WWE and are just amazing. They really are. And,
the guys from the Ernest the Cat Mill is one of my best buddies. Gail Torborg, who became the Demon. A lot of those guys from the power plant days that are still my connections, and they rip me all the time. But Eric Bischoff, I told him he had something special with this guy from Brooklyn that had the Roddy Piper. I could do a Roddy Piper promo.
Let's do it.
But I couldn't take the bumps. Like I tell you, chair shots to the head, not good. But it's all good. But I'll tell you one thing: the power plant. There's a documentary I think coming out about those days. Yes. I haven't seen it yet, but I like to see it because there was some crazy. See, back in that day, they had untrained wrestlers working with untrained wrestlers, right? So you're all like 60 wrestlers in a group, and you should have like trained wrestlers with untrained wrestlers showing the ropes. But that back in then, it was like trying to get guys to get to the next level, but they weren't ready for it. So when you put somebody in the ring, one untrained guy versus untrained guy on day 4, an accident can happen. So I took a couple of pretty vicious bumps.
I've seen so many of them. Forget it. It's just amazing what they go through. It really is. And, God bless them because I'm telling, and the women superstars are just amazing. I enjoy watching them as much or maybe more than what what everybody else does, because what they do and the punishment and then to hear, oh, they're not hitting. Oh, they're not. Hey, it doesn't matter. You can fantasize any which way you want. They're still putting their body. This is, we're not born to take body slams.
Oh,
we're not born to get a chair hit over our backside. We're not born.
I spent a couple days with Seth Rollins is here. We were talking this morning at Sirius, and I said, Seth, you're winding down. Please be careful with the bumps. He goes, Mike, I'm not doing anything crazy. I said, please, because, 15, 20 years he's been in the business, and ODR, you take a bump at Seth is, I think, 40 or maybe approaching 40.
Yes.
Can do some serious damage. So he's kind of taking more of the ambassador role. I said he's doing a great job. I said I really love the work he's doing. Miz has been another great guy. CM Punk was here yesterday. So a lot of the guys are out here today. AEW, we had Orange Cassidy. We had a couple of people out here and Charlotte Flair. We just ran into her a couple minutes ago. But yeah, it's a dangerous profession, trust me. And there's nothing fake about wrestling, I tell you that. But I always laugh because a guy named Terry Taylor, the Red Rooster, said, Mike, you're going to be a big superstar. You got it, man. And 2 weeks later, it didn't work out as well, but it's all good. So, but appreciate anytime you guys want me to be on and tell some stories and make you laugh, make you cry, whatever.
We could do anything you want to do, because we also have a wrestling show. We also do live. We just did the Royal Rumble with another creator. So we do the podcast. We're going to be doing WrestleMania. So anytime you'd like to hop on, we would love to have you.
Love to get my manager, Sonny Ono. That's my guy. I call him my heel manager. Sonny's one of my best buddies, and Sonny and I do a lot of stuff together, events, charity events. And I said, Sonny, you'd be my Mr. Fuji. We could have been a great team together. So he missed out on this, but it's all good. Sonny's one of my all-time. He's got some great stories too. The Japanese wrestling, great Muda. I've been around a lot of these guys. Houston Thunder Liger, I was with a couple months ago, and he's got some stories. So love to get Sonny on too.
This is all WCW.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys. Yeah. So I remember. I know. So yeah, that was awesome too. So that's great. Yeah. No. Talk to Nitin. Let's set it up. Even if we're not on at that time, we'll make a show for you. No problem.
Nitin actually volunteered to wrestle me in a steel cage match, and we might have it on air and see. I'm just kidding.
I'd love to call it. I want to call it.
There we go.
There you go. No, but thank you so much. Keep enjoying what you're doing. You guys are doing an incredible job, and thank you so much for being here. And we can't wait to have you back.
You know what? The biggest challenge for me so far, the biggest celebrities I want to meet out here are two kids called the Twin Stripe Reporters. I haven't seen them, Carter and Cooper. I'm waiting to meet these two young men. I've met a lot of people this week, but those are the two biggest celebrities I need to meet before I leave San Francisco. So they're here, they're in town, but they've been elusive. These kids are making a lot of money. They're getting paid appearances. I just want to meet them and have a little, but it's all good. But Nitin's going to get me to them tomorrow morning at the breakfast bowl golf outing with Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So maybe we'll get some content for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And like I said, anytime, just let us know. Follow we're NY Yankee Mania, NY Mania. We're here. So anything that you need, by all means. So keep having fun. Enjoy. You guys deserve it.
All right, man. Thanks. All right.
Take care now.
All right, Joe, I got to drop, but I'll see you guys.
Can you send that to Katarina, please?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, she's going to come on in 15 minutes.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Thanks, sir. Have a great time and appreciate it. And you guys are the best. Thank you so much.
No problem. All right.
And we'll see you soon.
Yep.
Thank you. Take care. Well, you heard it here first, everyone. This has been another amazing stream. And thank you all for being here. We're going to take a fast break, and we're going to go to Chef Nick and Caterina Michio as they're going to be talking about, of course, all of the delicacies that you can have for that Super Bowl. And hopefully on Saturday, we're going to have a Nitin along with Manny Schneider to of course update us what's going on at the Super Bowl and all of that. So guys, thanks so much. God bless you all. God bless America. Let's go Yankees. And 5 minutes we'll be in the next stream. So rah Chef Nick and Caterina Michio, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Eugenia Kuzmina. You were tremendous. Thank you so much. We love each and every one of you. We'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, guys. Take care.